If you wonder if intermittent fasting is right for you, I want you to stick around and find out today. My name is Heike Yates, and I am the creator of Pursue Your Spark. And today I talk about who intermittent fasting is for and who shouldn't fast. There are certain populations that shouldn't fast, and there are actually specifically four types of people. Number one, and that may not apply as much to our population at the Pursue Your Spark, which is 50 plus, but you may know somebody, or your daughter or somebody else in your family is considering intermittent fasting, and it is generally accepted as a no-no when you're in the second and third trimester of your pregnancy. This is where the baby grows the most. This is where you need the most nutrients, and you want to make sure that the baby gets enough nutrients so it grows healthy. And I always said my kids were both juicy and fat when they were born, and a really good healthy weight. And I had to work a little harder to lose the weight that I gained, but they were so healthy. So if you're pregnant or you know somebody who's pregnant who's considering intermittent fasting, I would rather they are not. Now, the second population is people with type 1 diabetes. These are the people that do not make their own insulin level. And if this person, which may be you, is interested in fasting or intermittent fasting, only do it with the supervision of a doctor and make sure that you follow their guidelines. But don't start meddling around on your own and tinker with it. It could be really detrimental to your health. So type 1 insulin is not advised for this group, as your insulin levels spike and lower and as you eat. And you may have seen people who prick their fingers to find out what their blood sugar levels are. So don't tinker with it if you type 1 diabetes with intermittent fasting. Now there's another group, and these are the people that are high level athletes. Well, I'm an athlete. I wouldn't say I'm high level. I'm sometimes high intensity because of the workout we do. But if you fall into that category, your needs are very different from somebody who does Pilates every week. You have very different calorie needs, nutrition specific needs for long rides. And I always compare it to the time when my husband and I train together. He bikes 4 hours and burns 4,000 calories, just to give it a number, but it's way more than I do. And I burn 1,000 calories, just to use a number. But I am never burning as many calories as he does. And he always says, Heike, you got to keep eating. You got to get more nutrition in during your workout. And I feel like I don't need them. I have enough for what I need for my workout. So if you're somebody who is a triathlete, an ultra runner, somebody who's a high intensity weightlifter, you need different approaches to your nutrition, and intermittent fasting may not be, I would say it's not ideal for that type of training. Now, you may not always train, which I go through phases of where we're training a lot and then we have a break where we taper and we stay in taper for a long time until we at some point start training again. And during that taper, that may be an opportunity for you to start intermittent fasting, but really think about it. And I've heard of athletes that are training in a state of ketosis. That means all their fuel or their energy, I should rather say, all their energy comes from their fat in their body. Now, I don't feel I want to experiment with that. I'm also, as a woman, my body needs are very different from a potential guy who does that. And I would not recommend doing that in this category. And lastly, the fourth category is for people with disordered eating. These are the peeps that dealing with bulimia or anorexia. And for those of you who think that intermittent fasting will help you lose even more weight, I would say, please, please, please don't do it. Stay away from that intermittent fasting or fasting strategies, because I want you to get healthy and strong, and hopefully find a different path emotionally, physically, and mentally to heal from disordered eating, and not think that fasting is the golden nugget that will get you there. So these four peeps are the ones that shouldn't fast or start intermittent fasting. But then you say, Heike, who should fast? Well, somebody like you and me, perhaps. If you don't fall into this previous category, maybe you are right for the 4 week lean out program and for intermittent fasting. Because number one, intermittent fasting reduces decision fatigue. What does it mean, reduces decision fatigue? I know you've heard the term more often lately than not in all kinds of areas in our life. So, decision fatigue in the sense of intermittent fasting is that we have fewer meals to worry about. We know where the foods are coming from because we planned ahead. We have planned our meals. We have planned our meal times or feeding times. We know exactly when things are happening within reason, of course, that you don't have to go crazy and cook all Sunday. But I have meal prep strategies for those of you, which are all of us, to get to the finish line and lean out and stay fit. That means that once we figure out with our nifty recipes in the 4 week lean out program what we're making this week, you have the recipe list, and the recipe list also has ingredients that should just live in your pantry, like canned tomatoes and black beans and lots of seasonings that we can add to our meals. But it shows you the way of what to make this week, so you know you're not giving into cravings, and you know exactly what to cook and how to plan your meal. So you don't have to decide anything, or you go to the grocery store and you think, oh, I need to pick up some avocados. And you think, oh, what am I going to have for dinner? You know exactly what you've planned for this week. So you don't have to decide anything. It's already been decided by you. Number two, intermittent fasting improves your relationship with food. What does that mean? Many of us are struggling with food cravings and or mindless eating. How many times have you caught yourself sitting with your phone on and then you just kept eating only to remember that you don't remember what you ate, and you're thinking, holy smokes, did I just eat? Did I eat all of that? And in the 4 week lean out program, I'm showing you how these strategies really work well together, with that if you're planning your meals from step one and reducing your decision fatigue, you're moving into step two by focusing on how your meals are prepared. If you have your healthy fats, your carbohydrates, your non-processed carbohydrates, and your lean proteins. So all these three combined will help reduce your cravings. And so many of the women that have gone before you in the 4 week lean out program have talked about it, how awesome that is. If I eat healthy and a balanced meal, I don't have cravings, and I drink lots of water. So think about that. And then the mindfulness, we're teaching you step by step mindful strategies, or strategies to be mindful in your eating, your exercising, your everyday life. And that ties in. The more you pay attention, the more mindful you are, the more you notice changes for the good or the bad. So in this case, intermittent fasting will help you get to that level. And number three, it increases your energy level. So how does this happen? When you exercise in a fasted state and you exercise and you fast for a certain number of hours, your body is starting to use your fat as energy, not as fuel. I keep saying that. It is energy. Your body runs on energy, not on fuel like a car. So your body then takes the fat from your body and brings it into the body, and From here, it increases your energy level with a somewhat really complicated uh, mechanism by absorbing it into your gut, absorbing it into your body. And the ketones are the key to fuel your body, your energy, and how you feel every day. So think about that. These are three amazing benefits, and these are three reasons why intermittent fasting might be just for you. In the 4 week lean out program, I combine all these strategies in a 4 week program or 28 days where we plan your meals, where we talk about healthy nutrition strategies and habit building strategies. And we're putting together everything with time saving exercises so you don't feel like you have to go for hours on end exercising. But no, they're strategic for the woman over 50. They're strategic in how we eat, how we plan, and how we put this whole fasting business together. And the meals and the exercises are specific to you. After menopause, we're different than guys. We're different than guys before that, but in our bodies, yeah, our metabolism has slowed down. And through this whole process of fasting, gut health, creating more energy of by using energy from the fat in our body, we're leaning out, we're getting more energy. It's just amazing. And combining this with a really good nutrition strategy, ladies, it's a win for the woman over 50. So I will leave a link for you guys in the notes so that you can reach out to me, or you can check out the 4 week lean out program, which is starting in 5 days from this recording. And I want you to take a peek at it and see if it's for you. So with that, my friends, start fasting unless you're any of the 4 categories I mentioned, because you can reduce decision fatigue, improve relationship with your food, and improve your energy and boost your metabolism. And I'll see you next time, and see you then. Take care.